Hi, this is Tim Ward with Guard Digital Marketing. So I got this video coming to you as promised here. I want to start this video out on a Google search page. Now what I've typed in here is roofing Springfield, Illinois. So it's a keyword, more specifically a buyer intent keyword, meaning it's going to be a service attached to the location that you provide that service within. Now it looked like you were in Taylorville, servicing about a 50-mile radius, so Springfield is definitely going to be one of those high, ticket or high volume areas where you're going to provide service within. Now, it's going to be a few ways to get on the first page for as many of these keywords as possible is going to be the best thing for you, just to increase overall exposure and leads to your company every single month. So being on the first page is crucial, meaning that about 75 to 80% of people are going to stick on this first page when choosing a company, right? So this first way we're seeing, there's going to be about two separate ways that you can do this overall, is through these Google guaranteed ads, all right? Now, these Google guarantees are going to be the best option when it comes to ads. They have the highest conversion rate between all of them. And if you're looking to get, I would consider to say, if you're looking for leads right here, right now, this is going to be your best option. And a lot of companies do this as well. So the only downside to it is about 80% of people are going to instantly disregard these. So you're only going to capture about 20% of that audience, but you will turn about 30 to 40% of those once they click onto it into a conversion or a lead for yourself at that point. So you still will get leads from running ads. Now, ranking organically, the two ways through a Google business profile or through a website are going to be your most lucrative in the long run. Now, with your Google business profile, that's really only going to be able to help you in Taylorville. It's not going to be able to help you in any of these other outlying areas like Springfield. So this is where your website is going to come into effect. Now, with your Google business profile, there's going to be a few things that can always help you out. If we just click on Black Hawk Roofing, I did look, you're in that top 3 for Taylorville and roofing. And that's, there's not as much competition out in that area. It's a smaller town. So there's not really a whole lot more that you can do with that. But always make sure you're uploading photos, responding to your reviews, so on and so forth. Just do those minor things just to make sure that you stay within that top 3, right? Now, when it comes to a website, this is going to be a huge factor in being able to rank in the other areas that you are trying to service, whether it's Springfield, Decatur, so on and so forth. So if we take a look here, we can see there's a few directories embedded within here. I don't want to use only roofing since they're more specified just towards roofing, but I did go ahead and I pulled up Cleaton Construction's website just so we can kind of compare a few things, right? So if we come over to your website, first off on your homepage, you would want to decipher what is the main area and service you want to target, okay? So if it's roofing in Springfield, then you'd want to create your homepage around that. And then you can create other pages involved with any of the other services you might provide, like you've done here, right? But your homepage, you want to tailor more towards a certain location and a certain service, just so that it can rank for that and that alone, okay? Once you try and rank up a certain page of your website for multiple different things, it's going to really throw a red flag for Google when it comes to your website and can actually hinder you from ranking, okay? Now, overall, you have a good looking website, good layout. I would consider throwing in a few call to actions within here. Get a free quote today, or schedule your free roof inspection, something of that nature, somewhere on this page, or maybe in a couple different places. What that does is it increases conversions on your website once you get somebody within it, which is what you want to end up doing, of course. Now, when it comes to ranking a website, your main feature or king of ranking a website is going to be content. Okay, content is king. So things of this nature, these different sections, this is your main piece of content right here. Now, I say Google typically wants to see 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on your homepage, but really you want to take a look at what is your top competitor doing, okay? So let's say we want to tailor your homepage towards roofing in Springfield. We'd come over to Cleaton's homepage because this is their page that's ranking for roofing in Springfield, and we see what they're doing, okay? So we know they do, other services, including fencing and deck building, things of that nature, windows. But you can see their main section of content through here is all tailored around the roofing that they do, okay? So this means they've tailored their homepage towards roofing in Springfield, as we can see, Okay, but you can also see they have their different services interlinked on this homepage as well. And I really love this section too. 150 years combined experience, the project's completed, and they have a high rating for feedback, as we can see there. Now, this is where you would want to try and come in here, decipher what they're doing, emulate some of it. Of course, not plagiarize them to a T, but kind of come in, read their content, see what it's about, so on and so forth. And if, again, you are wanting to rank for Springfield roofing, you would want to do something very similar because obviously Google is already liking what they see when it comes to it. Now, another key thing about keywords is you don't want to oversaturate your content. Okay, so there's a fine line with having enough in there and not oversaturating. Typically, per page, you're going to want one main keyword with other supporting keywords around it. Now, there's ways of figuring out which keyword you want to be the main one. Typically, it's the one with the most search volume, but you can go into different options there as well. But again, what that allows you to do is start to index in Google for these certain keywords so that, again, people can find you. Okay. Now, what I like to use next is this paid program called Ahrefs. We can do a couple quick comparisons between your website and Clayton's. Okay. Now, this is going to depend a little bit upon how old your domain and website has been up for, because I don't know if it's been indexed for everything quite yet. And sometimes that can take up to 6 or 9 months. But that being said, let's go ahead and act like your website has been up for at least 6 months, right? So at this point, you have a DR and a UR of 0.4 and 5. Now, these are ratings for strength and trust that Google has given your website, and they're ranked out of 100. So they seem low, and truly they are, but there's not as much work to be done as you might think. Once you hit a benchmark of about 30 and above for each of these ratings, your website is going to be considered powerful at that point, okay? Now, you build this strength and trust out through these different backlinks, okay? So you got to build out high-quality backlinks, meaning a backlink is any clickable text or image linking one website to another, and those are all held within these referring domains, okay? Now, when you build these out, make sure you're also getting backlinks from authoritative referring domains and typically relevant domains. But by authoritative, I mean they already have high strength and trust ratings within Google. So once you do acquire a backlink from them, it is going to help your ratings in return. Now, we can see down here, this is why you want to make sure everything's indexed, but you have 0 keywords that you're indexing for currently, bringing you 0 traffic. So really nobody can find you, right? Unless they're typing in looking specifically for your company, it's going to be very hard for anybody to find you on the internet. So let's go ahead and take a look at Clayton real quick. They're looking at their keywords there, but we can see their DR and UR not significantly higher than yours, but they've put a little bit more time into that homepage ranking. But we can see their index for almost 190 keywords, bringing them in just about 170 traffic. And if we actually click on the keywords, this gives me a little diagram to see how much traffic they're getting from each keyword. So let's just take this first one, for instance. I know it's not to do with roofing, but, deck builders, Springfield, Illinois. This is, a keyword that somebody would type in to find a deck builder within this area. It gets a little bit smaller search volume, but still 80 per month. And they're position 2. So they're getting 30 of that, right? So almost 40% of that traffic is coming straight to Clayton. And typically from a buyer intent keyword like this, you can convert 30% of this traffic into a lead. So they're probably getting about 8 to 10 leads per month just from this one specific keyword alone. And these would be deck building leads, right? Now you have roofing Springfield, Illinois, which is what I originally had typed into Google. That gets 250 searches per month, but they're 6th position, right? If they were in that 2nd position for this, they'd probably be getting closer to 50 traffic, right? So the closer you get to one position, the higher traffic you're going to get, but they're probably still getting 5 to 8 leads per month for roofing just from this one keyword. And then we can see they got a roofer Springfield, so they're probably getting another 5 there. So they're probably, getting at least 10 or so, maybe 20, because I see a couple other roofing keywords down here, leads per month just for roofing. Okay, and you can see they're also getting a few leads, of course, for deck building and fence building, so on and so forth. So they're doing pretty good overall for all their different services. Now, this is what you want to be able to emulate, and you can see how lucrative this could definitely be for you. If you're getting these warm and organic leads to your company every single month through your website, that's definitely going to be able to help you grow the company. So if you have any further questions or concerns, I'm hoping this video is going to help you guys out one way or another. I'd love to have some feedback on this video as well, just to let me know if it was helpful to you or not, just so I can critique these videos in the future. But yeah, if you have any further questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I try not to make these videos super long, so if you need any more details, again, just feel free to reach out, whether that's phone call or email, and I will get back to you guys. So have a great rest of your day, and I hope to hear from you soon.